Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Big Brigade. I have a confession to make. I have wipitis. That's right, y'all. I have wipitis. I have too many whips. I don't know what the cure is, but I need the cure, like stat, because I lost count on how many whips I have. We were on my live last night, and I know some of y'all don't get a chance to go to the lives. That's why I'm doing this video, so I can go over my whips, because I know some of y'all don't know, but they're out of control. I had the itis, and I have it bad. I even found one that I completely forgot. That it made it from the old house to here, unfinished, and I completely forgot until I found it today, and I was like, and then I couldn't remember what the stitch was, so I had to look through my saved tutorials to see if I still had the tutorial I used to do it, and I was grateful that I still had the tutorial saved so I could go back, because it looks like it was pretty simple, because I try not to bog myself down with complicated things, because I didn't get into crochet to be stressed out. And so I don't do terribly complicated stitches because my brain don't work that way, and it stresses me out. And crochet is supposed to be stress relieving, not stress causing. And so I don't do complicated stuff. Ergo why you see a bunch of granny squares and granny stitch stuff, because, well, that's the kind of stuff that makes me happy. Anyway, so I'm gonna go over this. Please don't make fun of me. No, you can laugh at me if you want, because I'm laughing at myself, because when you get new yarn, you just instantly want to make something with it, and so the next thing you know, you end up with wipitis. But I had to confess, I'm a bit like Llama Mama Kayla. I'm a crochet rebel. And I like to do things my way. So that means I have whips and bags, and I have like in the living room, I have like a couch, and then at the end of the couch there's like a love seat, but it's positioned to where no one can really sit on it. So you know what sits on the love seat? My whips. It's just covered in crochet projects and bags, and yeah. But you know what? It's my house. I'm gonna do it my way anyhow. And you know what? Whoever don't like it, so what? So what? If you don't like it, you don't live here. Anyway, so I'm gonna grab them in no particular order and show them to you, and I'll try to give you as much detail as I can. And a lot of these, I just barely have started, because I'll start them and then I don't know if I get bored with them, or just, oh yeah, let's start this, and then I start something else, and then a week or two later I'll come back to that, and let me put it this way. I just finished Will's blanket, sort of finished it, and finished Mama's blanket, and it had been 6 months. I'm not doing that again. I swear. I'm not taking 6 months to finish things again. Or at least I hope not. But this is Premier Puzzle yarn. Those of you that know me know that I love any yarn from Premier. Just about any of their yarn, I love Premier yarn. It's wonderful. I have yet to find one, at least that I have purchased or owned, that I didn't love. So this is puzzle yarn. I can't remember the colorway, so forgive me, but it's beautiful. It's got transitions in blues and reds, and oh, it's gorgeous. But I have lots of this. I have several skeins of this, and so this is going. I'm using a 7mm hook because this is a bulky 5, a thicker 4 basically. But I'm using a 7mm hook to make it, you know, nice and fluffy. But eventually this will be a granny square throw blanket. So I have enough skeins to do that, balls. And I don't, if I don't, I have some other corresponding colors and some loops and thread yarn that's very close to the puzzle yarn, that and the colors complement this color. So even if I don't have enough of this yarn, I have some complementary yarn that is the same thickness and complementary colors that should make the project work together just fine. So I don't know when this will be done, but this is whip, well, we'll call it whip 1 because they're not in any particular order. But I started this a week and a half ago, maybe, something like that. I think I started it, initially I started it to make one of those cocoon things, but have since decided that it's just going to be a throw. So, and it's in my new, I got this bag from me and Mom's Goodwill trip. This was a $2.99 purse I got from Goodwill, but I really like it. It's pink on the inside, and it's just plastic, it's just vinyl, it's just, but it's got some nice detail to it. I'm not normally a white person, but I figured if I spilt something I could just wipe it right off. So this is whip 1. It's got a little magnetic snap at the top, and it's perfect for taking a small project with you. And we like to take small projects with us, do we not? And until the blanket gets bigger, it's a small project. Anyway, and here is my peacock bag, Amazon special. I think I paid a whole $13 for this bag because it had peacock feathers on it, and I like peacock feathers. Who doesn't like peacock feathers? Beautiful, right? Okay, this is the baby blanket I'm working on, and I'm using Line Brand Honeybee color yarn for this. This is a 4-weight yarn, and there's a Instagram follower of mine, and I follow her page. Don't ask me her name, I can't remember right offhand, but she's having a baby around Halloween, and I guess they recently found out that it's a boy, and they've named him Jack. And so this is going to be baby Jack's baby blanket. I was doing a pattern from Creative Grandma's channel, but I didn't find it that it flowed, that it was very, it was a little stressful. It was, the stitch pattern was double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, and then do 1 row like that, and then you do a row of single crochet. And that is a simple pattern if your brain works well. If you know, but I wanted something that I could just mindlessly do in front of the TV, and that my mind don't work that way. And so I went back and I did several rows of that, but it wasn't flowing very well for me. It was just too much to concentrate on for me for some reason. Maybe because I have more than a half a dozen whips, and it was just a bit much. And so I frogged it back to the foundation row, and just decided to do half doubles. So it's still going to be pretty. I mean, if you look, it's still pretty, you know, but it's just half double crochets now, and that flows perfectly. So I can, you know, I do a few rows, you know, every couple of days, and hopefully I'll have it ready to go by October, the first part of October, and then I could ship it off to Nebraska, which is where they're at. And little baby Jack will have a nice handmade blanket to come home from the hospital. or whatever she decides to do with it. That's completely up to her. So that's whip 2. But I got a whole Pound of Love, Lion Brand Pound of Love that I'm using for that. That is for 4-weight yarn. These days I really can't I can't deal with too much 3-weight. But this is the UFO, you know, that stuff that gets thrown in the corner and then you completely forget about it. That was this one. Hold on, let me get a swallow of them old Mountain Dew. Get you some. Anyway, this is a shawl. This is just a very simple solid shawl, solid stitch shawl, and it's really pretty. And this is made with some of the Momente. Here we are with Premier again. We know I love it. And this is Premier. We got let's see, and this, the Momente, in case you don't know, this is a 437 yard cake that is almost, as you can see, I'm going to need both of the ones that are in here. The name of the color is called Desert Vista. And this is 58% cotton, 42% acrylic. So, and this is considered a 4-weight. Now, I believe I used a 5mm hook on this. I'm pretty certain I did. Even though I look at the label and it says 5.5. But I'm certain I used a 5mm hook because it's a rather thin yarn. So, and I do have another one of these in this little pouch here that I'm using. So I don't know how this got overlooked, since the shawl will not, it was just laid over this bag like this and then just moved from place to place until I decided to finally look at it today, and I said, I need to do something with that. So this is whip 3. Okay. All right. And this one is strictly just for me. I don't, you know, as crocheters, we don't always do just for ourselves, right? We love to gift and do for others. Now that shawl, I don't know. I think I have a person in mind, but I don't know yet. It kind of fits with where they live, so maybe. Anyway, but this is going to be a blouse for myself eventually. Because it's a tedious task. And I have so many of these. Anyway, this is, get this, Premier yarn again. This is Bamboo Joy yarn. If you're not familiar, it's like a 50-50 rayon from bamboo and acrylic yarn. It's a 3-weight yarn. I'm using a 4mm hook, a G hook for those of you that prefer to go by the letters. And this is just one big granny square. Again, a simple stitch, because, well, that's what brings me joy. It's simplicity. But I'm going to make 2 big squares like this. I got a long way to go, but I got to make sure that it'll go under my armpits, halfway under my armpits and halfway around my, you know, my middle. And then I'm going to make another one just to match it, and then I'll sew them together and make it with some armholes and a neck hole, of course. And a blouse. So, of course, I'll wear a tank top underneath it because it's holy. But a blouse eventually, maybe by next spring. Because this is tedious. This one I think is a long-term project because of having to use a smaller hook, and it's smaller yarn, and a round. I think I did about 3 rounds on it the other night. And but I have plenty of this yarn, so I know I have plenty enough to get through the project. It's just a tedious project. So, and when it's for yourself, you don't get in any hurry to do it. So what is that? I think this is project 4. Wipitis, I tell you, wipitis. All right. And it comes to these are my latest ones. These are my latest ones. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go over that little square with you in a minute, but I am gonna be. I know I talked about it in a live. I don't remember if I talked about it in a video, but I'm going to be making Mama a hexagon cardigan from FiberFlux's video. She has a video. I'll try to link it in below, but there's a hexagon cardigan video that she does, and she uses 3-weight yarn. Let's see, which one is this one? Is that one? Sorry, I started two of them, and they're both in the same bag, and I don't know which one is which. They're tangled, or maybe they're not. Okay, which one is which? Pardon me, y'all. I'm all. Nope, that one goes with that one, and this one goes with that one. Okay, good. Okay, anyway, in the tutorial, she does 2 big old hexagons, and then she seams them up and makes a cardigan out of it. So, as first, I was going to make them out of skinny cakes, Caron skinny cakes, but the more I made out of that, the less I liked the yarn. So, I have this Lion Brand Comfy Cotton Blend in this Ocean Breeze color, and this is a 3-weight too, and it's got 392 yards per little cake. I have 5 of these cakes, so cross your fingers that I have enough, because my mom is short and stout. So but this is what it looks like so far, and it's got 6 points on it like a hexagon does. And but I decided to start both of them at the same time and do a little bit on each to try to gauge where I'm at with the yarn. Now, when I get paid next week, I may try to get me to at least 2 more cakes of this yarn, just to set my mind at ease that I have enough of it. Now, if you're out there and you have a couple of cakes of this yarn and you're willing to part with it, my address is in the description. I would appreciate it, but if you don't, that's okay. I will buy a couple. They're a little over $5 a cake at Lion Brand right now, if I can get my hands on them, if they're not out of stock by the time I can afford it. But this is a cotton polyester blend, and it's the blue coat. It's really beautiful, and it works up a lot easier, at least for me. I know a lot of people really love the Caron skinny cakes. I do not. I have several. I'm going to be getting rid of those. I already have a yarn swap set up for that, but I don't want them anymore. But I've got someone I'm swapping with. But that's why I did a swap. That's why I switched and redid this pattern and redid this tutorial and restarted her cardigan. So this will be a cardigan out of two hexagon squares, really big hexagon squares. So this is also a long-term project. So I'm hoping, well, it's my mom, so my mom is extremely understanding, and she knows that this will get done when it gets done. So she's not in any big hurry either. So I'd love to tell you that I was going to have it done in time for Christmas, but I don't know. I have to take things in spells with the way my brain works. It gets done when it gets done. So anyway, that brings us to the last 2 items. I'm doing a granny square throw blanket for a special friend, and he likes green. Grass green mainly. So I had some Hobby Lobby Crafter Secret yarn, and I threw the Magnolia Way off-white in for contrast, And this is where I'm at with that. So I'm going to be making several of these squares and putting them together for a nice throw blanket for him. And so I think that'll be nice. And if I can find my other square. And then for myself, I know, second thing for myself. So selfish. And I hope y'all have counted, because I didn't count how many whips in this wipitis video. Anyway, in this square, and I forget which side is the, yeah, this is the good side, I think. Anyway, and this is the beginning of a winter sweater for myself. So I will put these together, hopefully, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, as we say down here, or as some folks say that are very country. This I will be making a sweater out of. Like it does, like a really, like, I'd like it to come down to about my knees. But this is a Karen 1 pounder called Ocean Color. This is, the red is a cranberry color in the Crafter's Secret. This is the Honeybee Lion Brand 1 pounder. And this is Taupe in Lion Brand 1 pounder. And I have a whole bunch of this Ocean Color. So like 4 of them. So I got more than enough for that. So, and plenty enough of the others as well. So the only thing that I initially wanted to make my sweater with these type squares, but I about broke my brain trying to do this, and then it turned out really wonky. I mean, I was okay with the flower part itself, and then, but at least I thought I was, but obviously I wasn't, because I screwed it up somehow. Because when it came to making it into an actual square, I missed a stitch or put an extra somewhere or something, and it went wonky. So it looks, and if you look right here, right there, it's really screwed up. So we won't be doing this. That's how I feel about that. I won't be doing any more of those squares. No, I won't. I'm going to stick to what I know. I may venture out and do other kind of squares, but I really like the hexagon squares, so there may be some more hexagons in my future, because I watched the tutorial twice. I went through the tutorial twice and did it twice with the tutorial, and then I did it once on my own. So, and was very comfortable and did very well on my own with it. So, and since I'm very brand new to crocheting, only 6 months into this, 7 I guess now, I was very happy that I was able to do it on my own, since I considered it kind of an intermediate crochet level, the whole hexagon thing. And so I may do a project with hexagons at some point besides just this cardigan. I may do a blanket or something with it if I can find another deal. But I love granny squares, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I think you can just about make anything with a granny square, and or granny stitch for that matter. And I like shell stitches and anything, you know, that is soothing and not too complicated. And so yeah, I have a lot of whips. And I'll get to them when I get to them. But I got the itis, the whip-itis. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. And give y'all a status update. I guess when I make some progress on some of these, I will give y'all another update in a month or so. When I've made progress, maybe sooner. Probably, and I'd say probably this time next month, I will sit down and do another one of these videos and show you where I am with said whips. Hopefully I've completed at least 1 or 2, right? I make no promises. No promises at all. because you never know when you have a brain all convoluted. Sometimes my brain can be convoluted. I see a new yarn and, oh no, I need to do something with this new yarn. Here goes another whip. I feel like a baker, only with yarn. Whipping it up. Anyway, I really hope y'all have enjoyed this video as much as I have. I hope everybody's having a really great Sunday. I love y'all so much, and so does Jesus. And remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting for you at the shelter. Have a good day. God bless. Bye now.